out here finalizing our airboat team training.
What we're simulating today is somebody that's lost, missing, that we're able to run a track on.
We're out here diving on the coast today just to stay up on all of our skills.
We set out some fresh shell casings. A lot of what we look for is gunpowder related.
My name is Ken St. Pierre. I work the 23 Patrol, which is the east side of Lake Winnipesaukee to the Maine border. And I'm a handler for Canine Winnie. She's a 5-year-old chocolate lab. Track. We train as a team every Monday. Usually every year they have over 250 hours of training hours. And that's really important for these dogs to keep them as sharp as they are. Most training days we're simulating real calls that we've had in the past, just to try to break them down and work the kinks out and get them as best as we can. Anytime we get to the end of a scenario, whether it's evidence or tracking, the dog's really just looking for their payment. They know when they're at the end, they know when they've done a good job. It's pretty clear to us as handlers because as soon as they find something, they're excited because they know that their payment is coming. Is that him? Oh, good girl. Today, Winnie did really well. Like the saying goes, every dog has their day. Once in a while, the dogs just have off days. But luckily, today wasn't one of them. She did really great with the evidence detection and the tracking. Yeah.
My name is Bill Boudreau. I'm a lieutenant with Fish and Game, and I'm the dive team leader.
We'll go quick because it's cold out here.
As the dive team leader, we're out here diving on the coast today. We try and dive just to stay up on all of our skills. We get together once a month and get everybody in the water. And today we had the whole team out on the water, so we had to utilize the Endeavor, which is a 35-foot lobster-style boat, and then a 27-foot safe boat. The divers have a lot of equipment, so there's a lot of stuff for us to bring out there. That's why we're loading up the Endeavor with all the gear that we have, from weight belts to tanks to dry suits. Every officer has that stuff with them except for the tanks. The tanks and some of the other gear are kept on the trailer, but as far as the divers' personal equipment, they all keep that with them in their trucks or at their houses.
We're moving. Okay, perfect.
The calls that the dive team gets range from drownings, which is our main focus and our main mission, to evidence recoveries, whether it's for a state police or a local agency. We cover the entire state, including the coast, so we don't get many calls on the ocean, but we do have a number of state beaches and things, so we occasionally get called for drownings down here, so we always practice with the boats that we have down here, just so we're ready to respond anywhere in New Hampshire. Yeah, I have two ready. The visibility is like 20 feet. I guess it's really good, but I think that's going to change quick.
Hey, pull set. You're going to have to pull set.
Today, the divers are working on towing. That's one of the main ways that we search. So we're towing from a boat that we normally don't tow from. It's a little bit bigger boat, being on the ocean. We don't do anything really technical on the dive team. It's more about just being comfortable in your dive gear and comfortable when you can't see and sometimes when there's current. So the more we get in the water, the more comfortable guys are and the better we are.
All right, Bill, I'm down at 900. I guess that's probably the end for me.
All right, go to the anchor, disconnect, and come up slow.
Okay. Whenever you're free, if you could just help me with this.
So on the boat, we have an anchor line that goes over the bow, and then there's two comm lines that go down as well. Those comm lines allow the divers to talk to each other, but it also allows them to talk to us up on the surface, so the boat operator and the dive masters on the boat can hear it. Their 50-pound weight is at the end of that anchor line that has two tethers. Each diver hangs onto those tethers, and then we pull them through the water using the GPS on the boat to make a nice grid pattern and conduct our search. Come on up so the next guys can get some clear viz too. Wow, good visibility, huh?
Great.
Alex is one of our new assistant dive team leaders. So Alex is helping me, making sure that the guys are getting dressed, getting their gear on properly, making sure they're being safe, helping get in and out of the water. And then Ryan is a new dive team member, so he was running the boat today to see how that works, see how it is to tow divers on the end of a line and to conduct a grid pattern while he's operating the boat.
What's the caution sign? Should I be worried about that?
Not until you hit something. Yeah, don't hit that. If they say, you know, stop, if you can put a mark quick, it might help you get back to it. He did well. The conditions weren't great. There's a lot of current and a lot of wind, and sometimes they're pushing in opposite directions. And he spent a few years down here on the coast working, driving those boats, so he might have been a little rusty, but I think he did pretty good.
Put it clutch ahead?
Barely, yeah, clutch ahead in reverse. And
in reverse?
Yep, and these guys will pass back to you to stop or...
I'm trying to hold my breath. Oh, you got your thing on? I know, and I'm still breathing air. My air's on, so it breathes air. Hit the, hold the valve closed again or whatever. There you go. Yeah.
We're not moving, it's just the current. So we'll drop the weight.
The only real difference with diving in the salt water is sometimes there's a lot of current, but there's also salt water makes you more buoyant, so you have to adjust the weight that you wear around your waist on your belt. You have to wear a little bit more when you dive in the ocean, but other than that, it's the same thing. Some days like today, we could see 20 feet. Other days, you can't see your hand in front of your face, so it all depends on the tide and current, which obviously varies a lot more than in a lake or a pond. I think this training went really well. Everybody did well. Nobody had any problems. It was a good day. I think guys had a lot of fun, and we got some training in. We never know when the call is going to come in, where it's going to be, what body of water it's going to be in, so we always want to train and be ready to go 24/7.
You ready to go to work? You ready to go to work? Okay. Erik Fluette here. I'm part of our K9 team and I handle K9 Moxie, a yellow lab. Every setup that we have at training generally has that realistic, real world of searching in the woods, trying to find a shell casing in gravel and snow. When I get Moxie going, I'm trying to determine whether she's getting in the area where the person has walked. For the instance of this training, we've got a scenario where somebody has walked in a rough area that I'll know of. You'll see kind of change in behavior when she gets onto that odor and she'll almost start tracking. At that point, I kind of hold her back, I walk up and I'll put her harness on. As soon as I'm trying to put the harness on, she is getting fired up to want to track. It's probably one of her most favorite things to do is tracking. So as soon as I get her harnessed up, I'll transition her lead from her collar to her harness, and then I'll tap her and I'll give her a command to track. Track. Any surface change is harder, so going from that woods terrain to a pavement is just, that can be a challenge. So they get so used to, okay, we're in this environment right now, then all of a sudden they hit a smooth surface and they've got to sort through where that scent went. Oh, there you go. There we go. Oh, good girl. Oh. That odor over the course of 2 hours has certainly changed from that exact spot, potentially. So some of that scent may have drifted off to one side or the other. Okay, wait, easy. Fox, hey, wait. Okay. Oh. Good girl. Oh. At the end, she gives her indication with a bark of, hey, I found the person.
That was awesome.
I get to throw her Kong to her, and she's, you know, the Kong's her world, so when she gets that, you know, I'm happy, she's happy, and we found the person we were going to track.
Conservation Officer Tom Houghton here. We're gonna do some tracking with the dogs. What we're simulating today is somebody that has maybe ran away from a scene or somebody that's lost, missing, that we're able to run a track on. Good. One of us canine handlers will lay a track for another handler. The dog has been trained to either track footstep for footstep or they can trail, which is trailing the skin cells off the body. At this point, I know exactly when she's in odor and when she's not, so keeping her true to the track, just not letting her run. Slowing her down when I can tell she's out of odor, letting her pick that odor back up. When she's back into it, it's pretty noticeable. She's off to the races. Zook. One of Aspen's first finds was we got called for a hiker that was out hiking and had a sidearm on them and took a fall off a cliff. They had found his wallet, but they could not find the handgun. It's one of those state parks that school groups go to. This is gonna be where it's in the public's interest that we find this firearm. It was steep, rocky. When she finds something, she lays down. And I walked over and I'm like, what do you got going over here? And I moved the leaves away and the butt end of the gun sticks up. And I was like, oh my goodness. You would have never been able to find this thing. That's the power of the dog. Good girl, good dog. Good job, that was a good one. Good girl. She cut it soon and then I saw your tracks. This would be what we'd call a known track, known to me as the handler. I didn't know exactly where, but I had a rough idea down the trail off on the left. I don't like to know too much because I like to focus on reading my dog. I actually learn better when I don't know where the track is. There was some contamination out here. Even after the person went and laid the track, we had people walking by, dogs, humans, non-target odors, and she stayed true to the odor and met up with the footprints in the snow, and she went and found the decoy, so we got the job done. Did good today. Good girl.
Erik Fluette here with New Hampshire Fish and Game, and we're out here finalizing our airboat team training. I am our airboat team leader for the New Hampshire Fish and Game Law Enforcement Division. I manage a total of 8, including myself, on the team that are able to deploy our airboats when and if needed throughout the year. This is a state-of-the-art airboat for us. This allows us to move on those shallow conditions. You can imagine the wear and tear on a boat, navigating on hard ice, junky ice, turning in ice. The reinforcement that this boat's built with is to withstand that use. So if we need to get out and potentially search for somebody and or recover somebody that might have gone through, this is the tool for that. The hull has this thick plastic coating that's across the whole bottom, and that's what the boat will be traversing across snow, some wet ground. As long as there's some moisture in it, ideally some standing water, we can get moving across it. We're right here on the edge of the Androscoggin River in Errol. We've got some great conditions of safe ice, unsafe ice, broken up ice, open water, deep open water, shallow open water. So kind of like the mixture of everything that allows for my team of airboat operators to experience anything and everything out there present for this time of year. Today, Conservation Officer Austin Valladares and I got to get out and get him some more what we could refer to stick time with the airboat. We've got a buoy on a UTV out there from a joint Maine/New Hampshire incident, so we may take a spin by that.
Clear.
Nope, I think I got the batteries off.
I didn't think I heard a buzz when you first said it.
We're going no. You can turn the key as many times as you want, it won't go.
There it is.
There we go. Okay.
Clear.
Nice, so it's like a Cadillac, huh? Oh,
The reason we're doing the training today is because access onto these portions of the lake at this point is solely only done by airboat. The ice is breaking up from the shores quite a bit, causing it to be so that we can't ride snowmobiles or ATVs onto it. And then also, it's not quite broken up enough that we could be able to traditional boat it.
So we've got our motor that drives our 3-blade prop here, and with the pitch of that prop, that's going to get us that thrust to basically push air in the rearward direction. And then we've got the rudders. I'm able to control both of these with the left hand of the operator. As you pull on that, the wind that's getting pushed to the rear of the boat, you're able to influence with the rudders, and that's what gets you to maneuver and turn. And then of course, the more you throttle, the more air gets pushed back. Those little intricacies that all come together to allow it to do what it does. Austin has been an operator since this time. Last year was his 2-day basic operation course that he took. Now, last year the conditions were very different, so he got to experience some ice operation, but really nothing to the extent of what we got into over the last 2 days here. So this was hugely beneficial from my perspective as the team leader. I feel way better about what my 4 new team members now have for a baseline of ice operation.
Clear. Being a newer member to the airboat team, I'm really taking a liking to it. At one time, I had the opportunity to do some ride-alongs with some COs to be able to work on these airboats around 10 years ago at this point. Just kind of coming full circle to be able to operate them and train on them now.
We as conservation officers in New Hampshire really do have access to a lot of specialized equipment. For me, this is my most specialized piece that I've got access to utilize. It really is a priceless tool to have access to. We're ready to deploy, and it could be, it could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now, but our training really gets us established and ready for when it comes.
I'm James Benvenuti. I'm a conservation officer of the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department. I'm also a canine handler, head of the canine team. The dogs within the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department are all Labrador Retrievers, Black Labs, Chocolate Labs, and Yellow Labs. Today we're trying to simulate somebody that needs to be found. We're working primarily on tracking today and a little bit of evidence detection as well. We try to use these types of simulations to aid us in the real world, so when somebody needs to be found, we can do so efficiently. We get together almost weekly to train these dogs and train our partners. Cora's an 8.5-year-old Black Lab. She's been with me ever since she was a puppy. Hoping to have at least one more good year with her.
All right. Erik Fluette here with New Hampshire Fish and Game. Just out here on a canine tracking day in Bear Brook State Park. I'm gonna be laying a track here for James Benvenuti and canine Cora. It'll be a mix between some hard surface, some woods and snow conditions. Try to get it like over a half a mile. We have a program on our phone that tracks exactly where I've walked. We're gonna let this one age over an hour before we run it. With it being a training day, we do want to test the dogs and work their capabilities out. I'm gonna take a 90 off this trail. The dog will have to acquire that change in where the scent went from a fairly long stretch of trail. I'm working back to the truck right now. Good mix of ground for them to work around and through. It's an absolute gorgeous day here at our canine tracking day at Bear Brook State Park.
Come on, let's go.
Track.
Well, our dogs are trained in several types of detection. Regular evidence articles, specifically gunpowder and gunshot residue. Today we set out some fresh shell casings. A lot of what we look for is gunpowder related. When Cora locates an object, there's going to be a very distinct change of behavior. She's going to slow down, be a little bit more methodical, and ultimately she's going to lay down with the object, most likely a shell casing, right between her paws, so I know right where to look. Good, good. We also find missing people by tracking and by off-lead area searches too. Typical calls for the K9 team primarily revolve around either search and rescue or some type of evidence. Something or somebody that needs to be found either quickly and efficiently, or something that's a little bit more difficult than out of the ordinary to be located.
Yes! Belly drag.
When I go up to reward her, that's an exciting moment for her. It's obviously an exciting moment for us. It means we found what we're looking for, and we get to move on with the case, and she gets to play a little bit.
Good girls.
Hey there, it's Conservation Officer John Demler, and thanks for watching the Game Warden channel. If you want to see more Game Wardens in New Hampshire, click this link and check out the next video.